30 rejections in 1 month. I know, because I started counting after the 15th time she turned away from me in bed. You might think that makes me pathetic, but here's what really happened. I discovered I was married to someone who had zero respect for me as a man. It started innocently enough. I'd reach over at night and she'd give me the classic, "I'm tired," or "Not tonight, I have a headache." Standard stuff that happens in marriages, right? But this wasn't occasional tiredness. This was a systematic shutdown of our physical connection, and I was too blind to see the pattern until I started documenting it. The app on my phone became my reality check. Every rejection, every excuse, every time she made me feel like wanting my own wife was somehow unreasonable. Too stressed from work. The kids might hear, "I just showered. I'm about to start my period. I might start my period. I just finished my period." The creativity was impressive, but cruel. What really opened my eyes wasn't just the frequency. It was her attitude. No apology. No acknowledgement that this might affect me. No suggestion of when might be better. Just a flat, cold dismissal, like I was a stranger making an unwelcome advance. The breaking point came on a Saturday morning. No work stress, no kids around. We'd had a decent week. No major arguments. I thought maybe we could reconnect. I approached her with genuine affection, wanting closeness, not only sex. She didn't even look up from her phone. "Really, right now? I'm about to do laundry." As if folding clothes mattered more than her husband of 8 years trying to maintain intimacy. That's when something clicked. I realized I'd been playing by rules only she knew, in a game I was always going to lose. I was living like a monk in my own house, walking on eggshells, afraid to express normal desire because I might get another eye roll or heavy sigh. The 31st time I approached her, everything changed. Not because she finally said yes, she didn't. She gave me the same dismissive response she had perfected over the past month. But this time, instead of retreating like a defeated puppy, I made a decision that altered our marriage forever. I looked at her and said something I had never said before. "This isn't working anymore." Not angry, not pleading, just a simple statement of fact. The surprise on her face told me everything. She'd grown so comfortable controlling our physical relationship that she never considered I might actually do something about it. That night, I didn't go to bed frustrated. I went to bed with a plan. Respect isn't something you beg for or gradually earn back. It's something you either command or you don't have at all. I was done living without it. The next morning, I sat across from her at the kitchen table and opened my phone. "We need to talk about what's been happening." I showed her the screen, 30 documented rejections in the past month. She laughed dismissively. "You've been keeping track? That's actually creepy." Classic deflection. Make me the problem for noticing the pattern instead of addressing the pattern itself. 30 times in 31 days, I said. "That's not a coincidence. That's a choice you've been making consistently." She switched tactics. "Marriage isn't just about sex. There are other ways to be intimate." Reframe the conversation. Make my needs seem shallow while ignoring the deeper issue, rejection and disrespect. "You're right," I said. "Marriage isn't just about sex. It's about respect, consideration, and not making your partner feel unwanted in their own home. Tell me, when was the last time you initiated any kind of physical affection with me?" The silence made my point. She couldn't answer because the answer was never. She finally snapped, "This is ridiculous. I shouldn't have to schedule intimacy. It should happen naturally." The irony was incredible. She'd been systematically preventing anything natural from happening for months, and now lectured me about spontaneity. "Nothing's been natural between us for a long time," I replied. "What's been natural is you treating me like an inconvenience every time I try to connect." Her mask slipped. "Maybe if you weren't so needy all the time, I'd actually want to be close to you. It's exhausting." There it was. The truth she'd been hiding behind polite excuses. I wasn't her husband in her mind. I was a burden. Needy? I repeated. "Is that what you call a husband wanting physical intimacy with his wife?" She doubled down. "Yes, most women don't want to feel pressured constantly. Maybe you should learn to read the room better." That was the moment she expected me to apologize, promise to change, and crawl back to my corner. I'd been trained to do that for months. But not this time. I closed the phone and looked at her. You're absolutely right. I have been needy. I've been needing respect from someone who clearly doesn't have any for me. I've been needing consideration from someone who sees my feelings as an inconvenience. But here's what's going to change. I'm done needing anything from you. As of right now, this marriage is over. Not because she wouldn't sleep with me, I added, because she had shown me what she thought of me as a person. And I finally believed her. For the first time in months, she was speechless. The woman who always had a comeback had nothing to say. In her world, I was supposed to apologize for bringing up intimacy, promise to be more understanding, and go back to being the tolerant husband. You can't be serious, she said, smaller now. You're ending our marriage over sex? No, I corrected her. I'm ending our marriage because you've shown me you have zero respect for me as your husband. The intimacy issue made it impossible to ignore what her behavior revealed. She tried everything. You're having a breakdown. People go through phases. I told her the only thing temporary was how long it took me to accept reality. Then she played the kids card. What about the children? You're going to destroy their family over sex. The emotional blackmail was obvious. They're watching their mother treat their father like a roommate she barely tolerates, I said. Is that the example you want to set? She finally offered to schedule intimacy. Schedule time? I shook my head. Do you hear yourself? Scheduling basic affection like it's a dental appointment, that's not a marriage. That's a business arrangement. Every marriage needs work, but work from both people. She had checked out long ago. I walked toward the door, then turned back. I've already spoken to an attorney. I've separated our finances. The papers will be filed tomorrow. For the first time, she looked afraid. You've already started the process? She asked. I had. The moment I realized she'd rather do laundry than connect with me, everything since had been confirmation. Within 24 hours, my phone started ringing. Her sister, then her mother, then mutual friends. She launched a campaign to paint me as the unreasonable one who was destroying our family over trivial issues. You should try counseling, people said. I'd suggested counseling 6 months earlier. She refused. Now she was willing because the alternative was losing the life she'd been provided. Her best friend called me and said something that confirmed the pattern. She's been complaining about you for months. She feels trapped. She married too young. Suddenly everything fit. This wasn't about stress. It was about someone who had mentally checked out but stayed for safety. That evening, she staged a strategy. Dinner, candles, the anniversary dress. I've been thinking about our conversation, she said, trying to sound seductive. It was insulting. After months of rejection, she thought one romantic evening would erase everything. You think you can turn affection on and off like a switch, I said. This isn't about one night. It's about a pattern of disrespect. She cried and promised change. I'll schedule intimacy twice a month. You'll call me needy every other week instead of daily. None of it was real. It was temporary behavior modification to avoid consequences, not a promise to respect me. The papers were filed. As I walked away, she said the line that confirmed it all. Don't come crawling back when you realize what you're giving up. I knew then that I was making the right choice. 3 weeks into the process, she tried one last desperate move. Lingerie, music, a staged seduction. I miss you. I miss us, I asked. When exactly did we have any of this? When did you put in the effort when it actually mattered? Her tears felt calculated. Give me one more chance, she begged. I stepped back. You had hundreds of chances. Her attorney tried to portray me as the unreasonable one, but my documentation was thorough. I wasn't asking for anything crazy in the settlement. I just wanted out. When the divorce finalized, she called. I hope you're happy, she said. I replied honestly, I'm relieved. There's a difference. She said she loved me. I told her, love is actions, daily choices, consistent behavior. You don't hide it until there's a consequence. 6 months later, I ran into her at the grocery store. She looked tired, older, regretful. How are you doing? She asked. Better than I expected, I said. You? She admitted dating wasn't what she thought. Most men my age either want something casual or they're divorced for the same reasons you divorced me, she said. I was seeing someone. Serious? She asked. Serious enough, I said. She met someone who wanted her from day one. Physical affection wasn't something he begged for. He appreciated effort instead of taking it for granted. She realized too late what she had lost. 3 months later, her sister texted me. My ex-wife was engaged to someone she'd met on a dating app. I showed the text to my girlfriend. She laughed. Good for her, she said. Some people need to learn things the hard way. Now, when we sit and watch a movie, she curls up against me without prompting. No rejection. No excuses. Just natural affection between two people who enjoy each other's company. Thank you, I said. For what? She asked. For wanting to be with me. For making me remember what it feels like to be appreciated. If we'd stayed, we never would have found each other. My ex taught me an important lesson, one she never intended. Self-respect isn't negotiable. Love without respect is just comfortable familiarity. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is stop trying to fix something that was never meant to work. Her 31 rejections were the best thing that ever happened to me. They forced me to stop accepting crumbs and start demanding the full meal I deserved. Our story has come to an end. If you made it this far, please subscribe. It helps us immensely. I've selected 2 other videos I think you'll enjoy. Click one now. I'll see you in the next story. Goodbye.